Hi kindergartners, it's Miss Charlie from the Salmon School Garden, and I'm really excited that I've been able to send home some take-home stuff with your teachers for you this week, because this year kindergartners are going to grow zinnias in the garden. So for your parents and the grown-ups that are helping you that don't know me, my name's Charlie Williams, and I'm the outreach coordinator at Lemhi Regional Land Trust. And my involvement with the Salmon School Garden began in 2017 when our organization received a donation from one of our founders, Fran Tonsmeyer, as part of her estate. We knew we wanted to do something really, really special with Fran's money, and so we decided to use that money to buy this property where the Salmon School Garden sits. And we chose to do that because we knew that the school garden was leasing this property from year to year, and they never knew if they were going to have a permanent home for their program or not. So in June of 2017, Lemhi Regional Land Trust stepped in and we bought this property specifically to make sure that the Salmon School Garden always has a permanent home, and that gives me the opportunity to interact and help teach some activities in the garden for your kids. So when you picked up your packets this week, you would have gotten a Ziploc bag that looks something like this, that has all the stuff you're going to need to grow some zinnias at home. So if you open it up, inside you're going to find my zinnia journal, and this has activities to keep track of your zinnias each week. So for this week, you can color it, put your name on the front, and then open up to week 1. And for week 1, you're gonna guess what color you think your zinnias are gonna be when they bloom. Zinnias come in lots and lots of different colors, and you're gonna be planting 4 zinnia seeds. So you have 4 guesses to see what you think your zinnias are gonna look like. And then each week, there's a little activity and a question it's gonna ask you about what you're seeing it growing right now, and you're gonna write a sentence about that and draw a picture. So if you finish opening up your packet, you're gonna find some other things in here, including a plastic plate to help contain some of the mess and contain any water that flows out of the bottom, one of these little 4-pack planters, a bag of potting soil, and a bag with 5 zinnia seeds in it. We gave you 5 just in case you drop one. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is set your planter on your paper plate. You're gonna take your bag of potting soil. This might be a good spot for a grown-up to help. And you're gonna fill each one of those little holes. These are called cells. And we're gonna fill each cell with some potting soil so that it's almost full to the top. You should have just about enough for the whole thing. So then you're gonna smooth that out. I'm gonna break up any big clumps there might be. And then you're gonna take your bag of seeds. Zinnias like to be really near the surface of the soil where it's nice and warm when they germinate or sprout. So they need about a 1/4 inch of soil on top of them. So for a 1/4 inch, you're gonna look at your finger, and because your fingers are smaller than mine, you're gonna poke your finger in the dirt all the way to the edge of your nail. Because my fingers are bigger, I'm only gonna go halfway, and that's gonna go about a 1/4 inch. So you're gonna poke your finger right in the center of each cell and make a little hole. And then you're gonna take your zinnia seeds and you're gonna plant 1 seed in each little hole. So if you don't lose one and you have one left over, if you've got some other potting soil at home, you can plant it there, or you can just save it for later. Then you're gonna take and you're gonna very carefully, just barely cover up your seed just a little bit. Because remember, we just want just the tiniest layer of soil on top. You can grab some water, and you're gonna very carefully water your seeds, and some might run out onto the plate. So you're gonna let that soak up. So then you're gonna need to help your zinnias grow. They like sunshine, so you're gonna wanna find a nice warm spot at home, like a windowsill or a counter that's right in the sunshine in the window, so that they can grow. The other thing you can do to help them keep warm is you can take your Ziploc bag, all of this came in, and you can put the plate and the whole packet in there, and it can live in there, and that's gonna help keep it warmer and help your zinnias to sprout sooner. And you can leave it in there until you start to see little green coming up, which will probably take about 7 to 10 days. So that's how you're gonna get your zinnias started. I'll be back with you guys in a couple weeks to check in on how your zinnias are doing. And parents and grown-ups that are helping, please don't be concerned about bringing these zinnias back to school if school does resume. This is just meant to be a fun at-home project. We're going to start enough zinnias here in the garden that the kids will have some to plant. And so we'll make sure there's enough. If they make it back to the garden, that's fantastic. We just want you guys to enjoy this. So we'll see you guys in a few weeks.